We secured the funding for the Focus program, and in fact, through doing that and Dan's efforts and other commission's efforts, we're now getting about a $3 benefit for every dollar spent on the Focus on Energy program.
It's really analogous to when you invest in your retirement fund or your kid's college fund. Is you want to diversify your investments in your your portfolio, and so similarly with this energy investment, you diversify your energy generation sources. So it's analogous to that.
But I mean, overall renewables are at about 10%, but the vast majority of that is wind, and then we have some solar. We have hydroelectric and biomass are the next biggest percentages.
The economics are changing, and one of the biggest changes that we're seeing is in the area of solar. The cost of the solar panels is going down significantly to the point where they're you have companies like Lowe's and Home Depot and Menards beginning to think about selling panels. So it's really emerging in a retail sense, and I think you're going to see a lot more solar penetration throughout the country, but in Wisconsin as well.
The whole paradigm is changing. The whole way we do business is changing, which was instead of a centralized generation, transmission, and distribution, we're now looking at a network that is much more diverse and that is more distributed. And a term that I think people will hear a lot moving forward is the term distributed generation. And that's something as simple as, do you have a solar panel on your house? Do you have a windmill specifically for your needs?
But that a more distributed generation that is being provided by a lot of different types of power generation, solar, wind, etc., and some power plants is actually more reliable in the long run.
So this convergence of trends, I think, is really causing some significant disruption in the energy industry. And I think as a state and as a nation, we're going to have a pretty robust discussion about these changes that are happening so rapidly.
How long have we...
1% of what you pay is, you could attribute to the renewables that had to be built out to meet this.
Which suggests if you take a reasonable approach, phase it in over time, that it is something that is manageable.
Well, if you look at the states, and there are 29 of them, somebody mentioned it, that have a percentage of their electricity coming from renewable energy, we're dead last at 10%. There's a couple other states that have 10%, Michigan does, but every other state has a higher one than that.
In addition to, again, moving the entire portfolio forward, there has to be an acknowledgement of in addition to renewables, what we're currently using, whether it's, again, coal, natural gas, or nuclear, has become very much more efficient, has become very much, has gotten very better clean-wise with scrubber technology and bag houses and other deals. So even the technologies that we are using today are much more efficient and environmentally better. And we've made tremendous strides with the existing technology.
Okay.